I think. That was the first
Sorry
thing I
about
looked
that.
at.
Yeah, but that's just a website to get
Right.
distributors and
Sure.
suppliers.
Yeah, no,
That's
no,
just the,
I understand that. I did look at the pet site though. And this is what I know from my experience and what I think and other things. I'd go all in on the pets and I'd go all in at the moment without the capital. Um, you're drop shipping those products, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
for right now, but we want to eventually we want to do faster shipping and not from China. So
Sure.
we want to build the brand and drop shipping is a way to start and
Hmm.
then to get established and then we get away from China and the
Right.
7 day shipping. Yeah.
As you know what sells well, then you'll know where to invest your money. You won't be investing your money in just everything.
Yeah, no, I understand. That's why we're drop shipping to see what works and what doesn't.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what? My first 18 months in e-commerce, besides my furniture, I drop shipped everything. I dropped shipped $1.2 million in Native American jewelry. I mean, I drop shipped everything. And if I were to go back in e-commerce tomorrow, by tomorrow night, I would have a drop shipping site up selling really expensive art, like really expensive art. And I'd use artists here in Phoenix, and they would be more than willing to box everything and ship it and do a perfect job because I'm making them money.
Yeah.
And high ticket items are the one area that has not
It's a jewelry
been
over
hurt
here.
by the economy. High ticket items are still doing really, really well, which is
Okay.
crazy
Yeah. No,
What's the reason for that? Like, that's interesting. Yeah.
because the rich are getting richer while the rest of us are poor.
Yeah. So
Really,
it makes
I
sense.
mean,
Yeah.
those $30,000 Hermes purses are selling pretty good these days, and which is really fucking frustrating when you look at gas being almost $5 a gallon.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
But so with pets, I like the pet niche. And the one reason is you'll never not have people waiting. But there's a lot of different ways you can really work with pets with the pet niche. And the other part of that is people love to see their pets online. They love to see pictures of their pets.
Yeah.
People, what's the word? People are fucking nuts about their pets, and you can say something to them and put them down, but don't put their pet down.
No, but it's my girlfriend's 3 dogs, and we have 3 dogs in this house. We have a tennis court and a pool. The dogs are living the lifestyle, but it's it is what it is. But
Right. But if you have a product that your pets really like, your girlfriend's pretty ecstatic about it, isn't it?
yeah, it is. Yeah.
And so that people they're very passionate about their pets, which means they're passionate about the things their pets like. So to find, um, I decided a long, 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 long time ago that I wanted to be the best, consultant, the best worker, the best producer in the world, but the laziest also. And to do that, you have to, be really good at what you're at. So, to bring that into marketing, you don't want to be the guy posting on social media, Austin. You don't. You want to have your passionate buyers, your passionate users creating user generated content for you. They're authentic.
Yeah.
Consumers don't trust you. They don't trust me. They don't trust Bill Gates. They don't trust Joe Biden. They trust people that look like them that they can relate to. They trust their friends. They trust their families, and they trust complete strangers that they can relate to. And
Yeah.
those are your passionate buyers. So you can do, I would make I would do something so that everybody that buys a pets product from you, that you send out an email or a thank you or whatever to them that says, we love to see our customers' pets, enjoying whatever they got. Post an image of your pet online with our branded hashtag, and we'll enter you into some contest. Send them a gift bag or something. So now you've got these people, they're putting up pictures of their pets with your branded hashtag on their image. That's what
That's a good idea. See, I went to college. I'm a smart guy, but I never did marketing, so that's why.
I went to college for business. I graduated in 1988.
Oh,
We had an Apple II, one Apple IIe in the one computer class I've ever taken. Introduction to data processing, which was
Oh, yeah.
forever ago. But I mean, I just taught myself Python, which is nuts. I never thought I would do that. Uh, but
I never
That's
got into
interesting.
programming.
yeah, I never wanted to, but so I used to have a pretty big agency. I used to have a 30-person agency, and we managed a lot of really big accounts. And I was diagnosed with cancer in
Oh,
2015, 2016, and was pretty much just told that if I wanted to live a long and healthy life, I would walk away from my agency. So I did. Um,
What agency? What do you mean? Like
a marketing agency.
marketing agency? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
marketing agency. I had Lowe's, Magnaflow. I had Magnaflow and Lowe's for 10 years as clients. Um,
Well, yeah,
had
if you get cancer, you gotta relax. You can't have all that stress.
Yeah. So, now I have a couple guys like you do, I do my thing, but in the last year and a half, I've automated an agency, completely automated an agency, and I'm actually getting ready to turn the tools and public facing. So I have all these tools that do all of the agency research. I have tools that will do all of the keyword research, the content brief creation, the competitor research, the content brief, the topical map creation for 50 articles, and do the whole entire thing in about 2 hours. I used to pay somebody for 80 hours to do that.
Yeah.
But I have all these tools that I've made that
so you're developing those tools yourself in
I,
Python? Is
I
that it?
I did them all myself. Yeah, I
Oh,
can't
that's
believe.
Not with Python. That's an old programming language.
You know what though? That's what I've used. I use Python, and I've added, in the last year I added AI to it because AI can manage it, and AI is
yeah,
really good at
yeah.
enlisting
AI is the
and
future.
making
Yeah,
stuff.
it is.
I'm interested in AI, but all the stuff I get, all these kids they keep saying all these kids, everybody's getting rich off AI,
AI, yeah,
it's not true. It's just a tool. It's not going to make you rich.
it's not, and it's not smart,
It's a fucking tool that helps you a little bit. It doesn't make you rich. It's a
right?
tool. It's like anything
And
else.
that's exactly it. It is a tool, and
It's a tool. It's not a get rich scheme. It's a tool.
it shouldn't be making business critical decisions, but that's what people are using it for.
Business critical decisions.
AI
Yeah,
does not have any
yeah.
access to Google AdWords, doesn't have access to all these different things people think it does. And they're like, oh, give me the best keywords for blah, 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 blah. Well, this AI has a cutoff date of knowledge from 2 fucking years ago. It
No,
doesn't,
no, it's at least a year old.
yeah, it doesn't know that we have a really shitty economy. So what
It
used to
doesn't
be,
know that Biden's president.
it knows that, but it denies a lot of other things. But what it doesn't realize that what used to be an impulse buy for you for your large ticket item is now something that you have to justify because it costs more. It doesn't know that, so it's not going to give you a good listing. So what I've done is I've actually trained my own AI, and I've got some pretty good tools, but I've got tools that will source your topics for you and help you with your posts. So
And where are you posting
I want
this
to do a
content?
post
For your
about,
customers?
I'm sorry?
Where are you posting this content? Like, why are you doing that? Why are you trying to, like, make these content for your customers? Sorry, for your clients? For yourself?
Yeah, I've been using my clients as my guinea pigs.
Sure.
And I've got some of them using it, but all my clients will all have access to all these tools.
Sure.
There's 80 of them. I can't fucking believe I built 80 different programs, but there's 80 of them.
Wow.
I
That's
can't believe
interesting.
I did that. It's nuts. But yeah, so all my clients will have access to it. And one of them, you can crank out 432 posts across 9 platforms. It's insane. It's just nuts.
Hey, that's pretty cool. We got to get more into social media, Instagram, TikTok. Yeah.
See, and that's the whole thing is business owners, myself included, shouldn't be doing social media because what do we want to talk about? We want to talk about our product. That's what we want to talk about. We're too focused on our product because it means whether we eat or not. Well, people don't give a shit about us. They don't want to hear us talk about our product every day. They want to hear us talk about what's important to them and the bigger picture of how our product fits into things. So,
Yeah.
let's say you're selling just dog food. So, and so people will say, "Oh, I need to make, dog food posts." Well, no, you don't. You want to post about the bigger picture, dog health.
Yeah.
Your dog, what kind of foods help your dog's, coat and things like that. Because now you're making your funnel bigger. You're bringing more people into your funnel with your content. They might not know you have dog food. They might not care that you have dog food, but once they've read your content a few times, they trust you. Well, now if they realize they need that kind of dog food, you're already the go-to company.
Yeah, that
And
makes
it's
sense.
not.
I'll be back in 1 second.
Sure.
Discuss with Deshaun. Hold on.
Joe, how many people are working for you? Like how many team members in your e-commerce optimizers? Are you
Yeah.
like solo?
I have 1 or 2 people that work for me regularly, but for the most part, I just farm stuff out. I mean, I have access to a lot of people. I've been doing this for a long time, and I know a lot of people. So I farm out a lot of stuff, but and I've got different people that, like you guys, I've got my people that I know are really good here or really good there,
So Joe, so actually I'm a graduate in computer sciences. I really like programming. So I initially started with programming and stuff like that. But when I started my agency, our agency is called Clearly Premium LLC, by the way. So initially I started as an Amazon seller. I was doing wholesale, but then, I found my partners, a few people, and then we started to offer services to other people. But programming was always my thing. So yeah, that's pretty cool that you're doing all that. It's an accomplishment. Like when you create something and people are taking benefit from it, it's like, when you build something, it's very satisfying. Like it gives you pleasure.
And that was my thing. I mean, in my agency, we launched almost 3.5 million products across 40 different marketplaces over the course of 15 years. And I mean, I've got all of that. I've got every single product in a database. I have all of that stuff. Every method we use for every product. I made people document everything. My whole thing is just I want to, I'm trying to get my knowledge out there for people like you guys, for other people to be able to use. So I don't plan on doing this forever.
Oh, sorry, my girlfriend popped in.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I like the knowledge you have, and you said you have all these tools.
But Joe, like when you said that that many products, all these products can't be successful, right? So how about that? Like, how do people survive? Like, where people are launching that many products in that many marketplaces,
Well, I think he was working with he was working with a company.
Yeah, some of it. I've worked with a lot of little guys, but a lot of big people too. I mean, when you're talking about, like MagnaFlow, for example, they have 3,500 products that fit 6,700 different vehicles.
MagnaFlow is a big automotive category, big time. I know what MagnaFlow is.
Yeah, so when you drop, you're dropping a lot of listings. If you sell t-shirts and your shirts come in 7 sizes and 6 styles and
I get your point
5 colors, that's 140,000 listings. That's fucking crazy. Just for 7 shirts, you're like, oh, 140,000. Yeah, you do the math. It's 140,000 different listings. You got colors, you got sizes, then you got collars, and it adds up. I mean,
yeah. And so we got.
Yeah, please proceed. Yeah, please.
Yeah. So my biggest concern for right now is we're starting with the drop shipping. The only thing we're really doing is Facebook ads. I mean, I don't think we're spending a lot, but we haven't really we haven't done that. We're just warming up the cold audience. We're still we're not doing the sales ads yet.
You need to warm up the site a little bit, make it someplace people want to go, and it takes time. I mean, nothing happens overnight. But here's some of the things you can do in the pet business. All right, this is things I know that work. You can create a logo mascot per se, a cartoon of a dog or whatever.
And the dog I actually have, Daisy, the white lab.
So you have somebody create a cartoon out of your dog, okay? Then you start posting memes to Instagram, but it's the dog doing the quotes, and the dog does all the marketing. The dog is the spokesperson. Well, then let's say down the road you have a stuffed dog made that resembles this dog, and your best customers get it, or you start offering it for sale. So then
like a gift or something.
Yeah, so then
Yeah.
somebody's little kid gets this dog as a gift. When you win over somebody's kid, you've got their parents for life. You win over somebody's kid, you've got their parents for life. If you make their dog happy, you've got them for life. I mean, it's just how it works. I mean, this is, this is low to no cost type stuff, but people eat this stuff up. People really, everybody likes to be recognized and to feel, a part of a community kind of a thing. So you could, and I'm real big on content, but I've learned my lesson with content. We can write a million articles about really intense stuff about dogs getting crap under their fingernails, and all that stuff. You know what? That stuff's really good, but you got to do something to get people to come back. You got to give them a reason to want to come read your content, not just when their dog's sick. So you put up like a pet's corner where you're doing things you can do with your dog on weekends, or things your kids can do with your dog on weekends. Just little helpful stuff that people want to read. I have a friend who cooks. The guy cooks more for his dog than he does for himself. He's got a greyhound, So there's a lot of people like that out there that will not buy canned dog food anymore. So just putting up easy dog food recipes, the stuff you can do out of your fridge. I don't know what it is, but I know they're out there. Just you develop people. The whole thing is when you go in the grocery store and you're buying something you've never bought before, as you're walking in the store, you're thinking of those brand names that sell everything. So when you go down the aisle and you're looking at all the names, you're looking for something that you recognize. You see no-name stuff on the bottom shelf, but you're looking for a brand that you recognize. Then you pick one out and you go stand in line at the cash register. Amazon is America's cash register. People don't go to Amazon to decide what to buy. They make the final decision on Amazon, but they've already looked elsewhere. They've already asked their friends. They've already looked on social media. They've done all that stuff. You want to be the brand that's in the lady's head when she's walking through the parking lot before she gets into the grocery store. That's you want to be in her head then. So when she goes down that aisle, you're the name she's looking for. And the way you can spend a lot of money to do that, or you can just do things with user-generated content. There's so many ways to motivate hysterical women. There really, really is. And they will do all kinds of. People are serious about their pets. They're more serious about their pets than they are about other stuff. I don't want to post on social media. I want to find these passionate buyers to post on social media for me. Okay. Let's say we did a contest for let's say you have a following. So we put out a thing that says we're going to do a contest. Every time you post a post, you get 10 points. Every time you write a review, you get 100 points. Every time you make a video, you get 50 points. Every time you like a post, you get 10 points. Every time you do this, you get that many points. And we can either let them redeem the points for gift cards, or we can just do a contest that says at the end of 3 months, whoever has the most points gets $2,500 and an influencer contract with you. But in the meantime, you've gotten a shit ton of free posts from everybody that's trying to be in this contest. A shit ton of free posts, and that's how you get your name out there. That's taking advantage. That's taking advantage of free advertising, and it drives your posts to the top quickly. I know somebody that just sells on Instagram, and that's his marketing plan. That is how he does his marketing. And these women drive his listings right up to the top. He does really, really well. He does limited edition items. He just gets so many of them, and he sells out every time. And it's really, really interesting. It's really interesting. So it doesn't cost him that much. $2,500 prize is nothing compared to the amount.
Well, this is what these, when people say, why are you paying for ads when you could just do it for free? Now I understand what they're talking about.
Yeah,
because they have all these tools and tricks that they use to not pay an exorbitant amount of ads on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram. So they're marketing themselves for free is what I get it now. Yeah.
So I have a question, Joe.
Here's another idea. Here's another really good idea that would work for you. Yeah. Quizzes. I hate quizzes. Do you take quizzes when you're on social media? I sure as hell don't, but women do, and they convert really, really well. Really well. And I mean, a good quiz will convert 30 to 40%, and you require the email address to get the results.
Yeah.
There's
You have that
plenty of,
information.
there's plenty of pet companies that do quizzes when you first get to the site. And by the time you're done, they know your dog's name. They know your dog's birth date. They know what kind of food your dog likes. Next thing you know, you've got a menu in the mail and they're trying to sell you a subscription box. And on your dog's birthday, they send you a card. Are you going to go back to buy from that site because they sent your damn dog a birthday card? Hell yeah, that's something you never, ever forget.
Yeah, absolutely.
That kind of stuff. I mean, it's goofy little stuff that means nothing to me, probably means nothing to you. We're guys, we don't think that way, but women eat that shit up.
Yeah, that's true. Sean, what's your question, Sean?
Yeah, sorry about that. So I wanted to ask that, should we collaborate with an influencer? Like, I think that Austin might not be comfortable, like, posting things, stuff like that. So there are people who are like trying to collaborate with influencers, but they're hard to get. That's the problem. They're hard to get. They charge commission for that. So do you recommend doing
Yeah. So they're not the people they're not the people you want. There's two ways to do this. If you're looking to do it on Amazon, there's sites like Join Brands and Referazon. Both of those sites have small Amazon influencers and affiliates on it that will do, trade, and they're not necessarily looking for a ton of money. You don't want to pay any influencer a lot of money up front. We did $1.2 million with this woman who was a failed influencer. She'd only tried it once before. She made 10 videos for me. I paid her $2,000 for the 10 videos and gave her a 10% commission. She was hoping to make $4,000 in commission out of the deal. I told her if she did 100 grand in sales, we'd give her a 20% commission. The first 7 videos sucked. She did 10 grand in sales the first 7 videos. But after she did a video, every time I'd do an hour coaching call with her and I'd let her talk and we'd look at other videos and she talked about, we figured out, what people liked. Video number 8 did 400 and something thousand in sales. Video number 9 did like 270 and video 10 did 560. Okay. This woman not only got a brand new Mercedes, she got a lawyer, she got divorced, she got a new, she got a house, she moved away. And we all did really well because we still made 15% more by not paying Amazon's PPC fees. And we used the attribution link, which means Amazon paid most of her commission.
Okay, that's crazy.
Those are the people you want. You want your passionate buyers. Passionate buyers, if you do like a contest, like I said, where you tell people to put up a picture of your dog. We want to see your dog. A certain percentage of those people are going to also, with the pictures, they're going to say, I love this company. They did this for me, or my dog loves this dog product or this food. Those are the people that you want to reach out to. Those are your passionate buyers. Those are the people that are really easy to get to create user content for. Even if they only have 5,000 followers, people with smaller follower lists, they know more of the people on their follower list. They actually have higher conversions than the bigger influencers that don't give a shit about you. All they care about is their follower list. The smaller ones are actually better to work with. I'd rather have 10 or 20 small mom influencers than Kim Kardashian any day of the week, tell you the truth.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay,
and
so
there's you can go broke using influencers. Don't, let's say an influencer tells you they want 5 grand. Well, what you do is you have to figure out how many sales they have to do for you to have 5 grand in profit to pay them that commission. That's the minimum they have to sell right there. So what you do is you say, okay, well, this is what I would need you to sell if I was to give you 5 grand. How about if you hit this number, your commission equals 7 grand? If you hit that number, that's a big if, right? That ball should be my uncle. If they got to produce to get that number. The good ones are going to jump all over that. You're offering them more money than they're asking. The good ones will be all over that. The ones that don't want that are the ones you don't want to use anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
The bigger agencies are not paying influencers up front unless they know them and they're proven.
Yeah, I get your point. So I think that the better way to build a brand it's not like, shouldn't be restricted to Amazon, because Amazon has so many restrictions. You can't make a brand on Amazon because you cannot collect customer information. You don't get their emails, you don't get their phone numbers. So the social media is the way to go, I think. Instagram and Facebook. And I think we should, and the user generated content thing, UGC, this is where we should focus more on. I think we should
So
start
one thing about
giveaway.
one thing about Amazon, and I've done this forever, and actually I learned this from using MagnaFlow. We used to recommend everybody to go to our website. Amazon didn't say shit about it. In fact, Amazon recommended people go to our website too to fill out their warranty information. Because then they wouldn't have to deal with the return. So we sent everybody to our website. But the thing about Amazon has very specific rules. They have rules about almost everything, but they're very specific. Don't look at the rules. Look at what they don't say. That's where the gold is on Amazon. Like you can't put your website on an insert card if you also ask for the review. So you either don't ask for the review or you put a hashtag on there. There's no rules against hashtags, and hashtags are almost as good as having a website on there. There's no rules about hashtags, and you put your website on every packaging that you have. If I buy an RCA TV on Amazon, their website is going to be on the paperwork inside the box. They don't put up with that shit, but Amazon doesn't have a problem with you putting it on your packaging. But you want to plaster your website or your hashtag on everything. So come up with a branded hashtag that is attached to everything. Every piece of content you send out, every email, everything has a branded hashtag on it so that anybody can look that up and they'll find you one way or another, and that people use it. You can track hashtags. You can track hashtag mentions very, very easily online. So anytime somebody says your hashtag, boom, you get an email that says, hey, somebody on this weird ass site mentioned your hashtag. Well, now you can go and you can be a part of that conversation, as opposed to finding it 8 months later and realizing somebody was begging you somewhere or somebody was looking for something somewhere and you missed it.
Absolutely.
Well, my question is my question is, Joe, I like all your knowledge. I've had a long week, but you're very knowledgeable. I really I understand everything you're saying. I'm soaking it all in. But I like the way I learned is like people started with private label and then they use that money to go into wholesale, and then they I'm kind of doing it backwards. I'm putting this money into money into wholesale, but I
did it backwards too.
Yeah.
I've never started with capital. Never. I mean, I started with a little bit here and there, but I mean, it's just, I mean, it makes you find a product that's going to be better. When you have a lot of capital and you're looking for products, you're not that discerning about what you pick. When you don't have capital, you're putting a hell of a lot more effort into making sure you're picking the right product.
Yeah, but my question is, like, with wholesale, my main team said like 6 months to a year. My projected goal was like $10,000 a month. I mean that's not enough to live in California where I live. I live like close to Malibu. I'm in like Calabasas. Like, this is an expensive area. I mean, I get it, but I have other sources of income. But I mean, just to be in this business, it's not even worth my time if I'm not making at least 10 grand in wholesale. And then the Shopify thing, you can make a hell of a fucking lot of money on Shopify. But like I'm saying, so with the capital for wholesale, like what is it, just build it slowly and use the profits, or do I have to get like, I mean, I'm not sure how to really approach that issue because
my own personal feeling about that stuff is I don't risk my own money. And I prefer not to borrow money. I'm from the restaurant business. I spent 20 years in the restaurant business, owning restaurants and running big hotels, doing that kind of stuff. I would never, ever, 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 ever open a restaurant or buy a restaurant with my money. I wouldn't do it. I would find some silent partner who's going to put the money up, and I'm going to put the effort up as my share. And they're going to be the ones that risk it, because the restaurant business is really fucking risky. But I'm confident in my ability to know that I can make a go out of it because I'm going to put in the effort up front to make sure that I'm not putting my favorite items on the menu. I'm putting things on the menu that people actually want to order, and that we're going to do okay. So, I understand where you're coming from. I mean, I totally understand where you're coming from. You can, it's going to come down to product selection in both businesses. It's going to come down to product selection.
Yeah, but it comes down to like like if we have a running capital of 20,000, I'll probably make like $1,500 at best a month, with that with the capital. So
on wholesale, yes.
Yeah, but if we have a rotation going, that's just money coming in. I understand, but if you want to grow it, you got to pull out, 1,000 of that. You only make 500. You got to put that reinvest that every month, or take the money I have coming in from like a real estate deal, my aunt's inheritance. I get like 4,000, so I'd have to take like at least 1,200 from that and
Put a little
reinvest
bit of that to it. Sure.
But that would take a long time to get to be able to make 10,000 a month. That would take a long time. So that's where I'm kind of confused.
It's all relative, because we could find a product that could make you $10,000 a month, overnight, and it'll be the product we don't think is going to do it too.
Well, see, the protein thing, the
interesting.
funny part is I sold out of like 500 units in like a couple weeks, but I was losing money on it because I was selling it the protein brand was so popular that like I just had to dump these units, and I was selling at a dollar below the break even.
That's not a business. That's a hobby.
When
you're losing money,
it's a hobby.
So this person that I mentioned, this kid that I mentioned earlier about with the dollar store idea. So he started doing, I said he was doing moose antlers, and he sourced. How they have dog cones.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So he sourced a product that was a blow up inflatable thing that goes around the neck. So instead of a cone, it was just this inflatable thing. And he was able to sell it for under $10. I scraped every single ASIN off of Amazon in the pet category, and he ran PPC ads as an upsell. So he ran the ad that goes right under the buy box on every single listing. He sold out of 3 months worth of product in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because
That's amazing,
it was his cost, his selling price, and that's something that's an easy upsell.
Yeah.
And it's you got to keep your eyes open. You got to keep looking for stuff.
Yeah.
There's my own feeling is there's no such thing as a bad product, just bad decisions and bad timing.
Well, with wholesale, I mean, it's gonna change, but I mean, some products you can get the ROI, you can get to like 40-50%, but it's not always going to be there. It's going to be like for like 6 months to a year maybe. But like my buddy, my old mentor,
it's not going to be there.
Yes, I mean, but I was wondering how this guy Justin says that $10,000 a month is nothing for profit in wholesale. He was saying you make a fucking shit ton more than that.
Once you get a good feeling for it and you're confident about your decision making, it's not that difficult. So Google Trends, as far as wholesale goes, Google Trends should be your friend. You should be looking a lot at Google Trends before you're picking up products, because that's where you can find the upcoming hot products. If you're looking at grabbing a product and you see on Google Trends that it's just been going down for the last 6 or 8 months, you can pretty much
assume that product is not a good buy. Yeah, I understand.
It's not going to have the rocket up unless it's a seasonal product. And that's also something to consider. I mean, I personally hate seasonal products because you really have to.
I'm not interested in seasonal products. I don't, unless you're really fucking smart and you order ahead of time and you know for a fact that, you'd have to be pretty confident. I'll be right back, right? You'd have to be really confident.
Yeah, I'm not real big on seasonal products either.
I don't really think that's really that.
I mean,
I know guys that make 20K just seasonal.
Yeah. Right, exactly. And then you sit on what's left over.
So, Joe, your website, so we visited it, and I think you definitely need to there's a lot of things to improve because you have so much useful information. I really like this meeting, learned a lot of things from you. So thank you so much for joining us
Yeah,
today.
I
Learn a lot of things.
I try to write about stuff that other people don't write about, but that really will benefit, other people. Those are the things where you make the money. I mean, I'm cheap. That's all there is to it. I'm cheap. I want to get my sales and not give all my money to Jeff Bezos. Fuck Jeff Bezos. He makes too much money as it is. He doesn't
You
need
said,
my
but you
money.
said you're cheap. I'm born cheap.
Yeah. I mean, I
live on $300 a week easily.
And my own feeling is that, all these people that call themselves gurus and all that stuff, they should all be forced to launch a product with zero marketing and make a go at it, because they're going to be much better at what they do if they have to do that. And they have to force themselves to find these ideas like, brand advocates and quizzes. There's a company called Luxy Hair,
This is not the internet's.
He's been doing this for 5 or 6 years. He makes great money. People spend 20. So yeah, there's this company called Luxy Hair.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. There's a company called Luxy Hair, Luxy-hair, and they make hair extensions. And they were just a regular Amazon hair extension company until probably 2016 when they started doing quizzes. If you go to their website and just type in quiz into their search bar, I think they have 43 quizzes now. They are the #1 hair extension company in the United States. And almost all their marketing is done by customers. And they just got people involved. For pets, I like the subscription boxes, and quizzes are really good. Quizzes can also be not as a quiz, but as a product finder when people get to your website. Let's say you have 200 products on your website. You don't want people digging through, your products. You want them to get to the website and have something pop up that says, "Hey, what are you here for? Dog food, dog toys, or dog sleeping gear?" Dog
Yes.
food.
Yeah, I get it. So Joel, my question before we it's getting kind of late. My question is, if we hire you, Faisal was supposed to join the meeting. I don't know why he didn't join, but it doesn't really. You want to just give him the video, Deshaun?
Yeah, his laws. We learn a lot of new things, and that is the reason.
No, I understand, but Faisal should have joined the meeting. But my question is, Joel, if we hire you, what are you going to bring to the table if we do 1-hour meetings twice a month?
So what I do is I provide a lot of direction. I also provide a lot of tools and resources and things that you're not going to find elsewhere. My job is to shorten your learning curve and help and to guide you where you need to go. I'm going to give you information and direction and ways to get places that you might never.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. Like I want to be rich. I'm not going to sit there and bullshit you and say, "What the fuck am I doing?" My parents are wealthy. I mean, they don't really give me a lot. I mean, I get like some money from an apartment building. I have $100K in a real estate deal, and the $100K doesn't make me anything though.
Not in California, huh?
The real estate deal. No, I did this investment, and I have equity. I'm supposed to get back, but I'm waiting 7 years, and so the $100K might turn it. I get like 900 every like 9 months. So I don't know if I want to pull that real estate deal out and just forget it, or put it into e-com and get some more capital for wholesale, and kind of the $100K. I
wouldn't at this point. I wouldn't.
That's everybody's telling me not to do that.
I wouldn't. That's your. I mean, that's your nest egg. You can grow your e-com business. I mean,
we might have to create a new link. Joe, I know, thank you for, sparing a lot of time. Should we create another link? I think we should wind up the meeting and keep it short.
So one